No sound, yo. Lol.
Okay, let's try that. That looks like it's doing something different.
She's talking into the void. LMFAO.
How about now? Can you guys hear me? It all says you can hear me, but it's not. Eat a banana.
Eat a banana, Jen, lol.
Is it still not working? Still nothing, huh? Ah! Right?
Face pink tears.
You hear me? You hear me? Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I do not know why the audio gods do not want us to hang out, but I'm glad we're back. I'm glad we're back. Okay, so I've been talking into the abyss. I don't think anyone can hear me, but welcome to Genetics Creations. My name is Jen here in the world. Yes. Yes. We're in the world of fantastic tech issues where clearly we are experts. But yes, go ahead and do a few wrist stretches. We will make it quick. Welcome to Genetics Creations. Welcome to the Stitch Shenanigans. Things get a little weird here. But if you're new here, we're going to crochet a spider. We're going to crochet a spider. And I teach a live class every Thursday. Oh my God, what a day. What a day. But we teach every week, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time here. So you guys are in the right place. You guys are in the right place if you want to learn how to crochet. Go ahead and crack all those knuckles, put the back of your wrist together, and make some fists, and just let's loosen it all up. But what are you going to need today? Welcome in, everybody! Okay, we need a little bit of yarn.
Metal yellow first red. Metal yellow first red.
We're going to need a little bit of yarn. Nothing crazy. We're just going to be making, honestly, a big ball and then 8 legs, and I'll show you how to do everything.
As well today.
Oh, man, we'll definitely catch up on TikTok because, oh, man, I feel like there's a lot of tea. A lot of tea. But, yes, guys. Okay, so everything you need. I'm using an eye hook, size 9, 5.5 millimeter. Honestly, I'm doing whatever's consistent with my yarn. This tends to be a light 4, so if you're doing like a heavier 4 or a bulkier yarn, you might want to size up on the hook. You don't need a lot. You need a little bit of polyfill or stuffing of some sort for your said spider. And it's technically a no-sew, but you are going to have some weaving in of ends. I think it's a no-sew. You could do it both ways, but we're going to no-sew it this time. So I think we're ready to get started. The tea is wild. Oh, I can't wait to hear yours. You're probably going to love to hear mine. That being said, who's all stitching the spider with me so I know who to check in on? I know some of you guys just watch and tap in the background, and I love you being here because I love your faces. But I want to make sure that I don't leave any stitcher behind. So if you are going to be stitching with me, let me know. And I would hold off on the black yarn. Why? Because if you are new to crochet, you may want to wait until you're familiar with the pattern before you commit to black yarn. So do something light. I'm doing something light just simply so you guys are going to be, it's easy to show you through the camera because look at how crazy that would be to show you where to stitch into without being able to get the glare just right. But yeah, so if you're new to crochet, maybe avoid black, avoid white today. You're probably Tabitha, you've got a lot of whips going on. You've got a lot of whips going on. But apparently I am told, or at least Grace tells me, that pastels for Halloween stuff are all the rage. So feel free to use any color that you might think would normally not work. And let's get started. This shouldn't take too long. This will probably be a really good one that you can play around with and add personality to. I may add, I know this is a bat, I may add the mouth to it because that might look really cute on a spider. I don't know, we're going to see. I do have safety eyes as well, but they're not required. But you may want them. They'll make it easier to personalize your spider. And I think we're ready. I'm going to go kind of like fast if no one is stitching with me, which is a-okay. But let me know if there's something that you think beginners might, I know I got a few regulars in here.
Welcome to my channel.
Mrs. Duttman!
Hello, I'm late to the party.
You're not late though, because we had audio issues, so it took us a while. So are you stitching with me, Mrs. Duttman? Are you making a spider or just watching? Because I know sometimes you've got minion craziness going on your end. But otherwise I'm gonna jump right in, guys. I'm gonna jump in. This is super beginner friendly. We're not gonna be doing anything crazy. We're making a ball. That's what we're doing. We're making a ball and then turning it into a spider. Hello, Christy.
Christy's Crochet Corner. Welcome to my channel.
Welcome to my channel. Hello, hello. All right. Last call for stitchers. Who's stitching with me? Last call before I start diving in. Last call, last call. Drink your water. And grab your hook. And grab your yarn. And we're going to stitch a spider. You guys have to help me name the spider when we're done. Okay. I'm going to start with a magic circle. So for any of I'm going to assume that most people are going to watch this after the fact. So again, all my regulars, if you see something that you're like, oh, Jen, beginners might want to know this. I know you may not be stitching with me. Okay, Grace is perfect. If you're not stitching with me, at least let me know it's something that a beginner might need to know.
I am.
Because sometimes I forget.
The cord.
Grace, yes, yes. Okay, are you ready, Grace? Because you and I might be the only ones. We are going to start with a magic ring. And we're going to stitch 6 single crochets into the magic ring. I normally teach the magic ring one way. Today, I'm going to show a different way just to, I guess, build our skills and also just, I don't know, give our viewers more options. I've got minion craziness. Also have to get dinner dishes, yeah.
I've got minion craziness. Also have to get dinner and dishes started.
I haven't even thought about dinner yet. I don't even want to think about it. Okay. Cut end is going to be facing down. You're going to slide it down. Here's the way to let your tool do the work for a magic ring. I know I normally teach it a different way, but I'm going to show you this way today. Take your hook. You're going to place it right on top. You're going to go around as if you're kind of like the way you would stitch and pull through, and that will twist the yarn. Okay, loosen it up a little bit. You don't want it to be like super tight around the base of the hook because this is supposed to be a magic ring and we're going to be doing 6 stitches into it. But now you can just kind of hold that little section where it's crisscrossing with your thumb and your, what is that, your ring finger? Yarn over, pull through. You do want to also close that, so go ahead and give it a chain. So if that was your first magic ring, congratulations. That was fairly easy. What's up, Deba? I see you there. How are you?
Deba Unicorn. Welcome to my channel.
All right, now we're going to do 6 single crochets. So into that loop, go ahead and insert your hook. Pull up 1. And pull up 2. That's 1 single crochet. Pull up 1. Pull up 2. That's 2. 3. 4. 5 and 6. And I did not say you guys would need a stitch marker, but you'll need a stitch marker. So go ahead and grab a stitch marker. Bobby pin, safety pin, anything. Go talk to Karen if you don't have a stitch marker. She sells a lot of them. She might be on vacation because she's been getting so many orders. But save her shop. She'll be back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Why do I feel like I should have done 1 more single crochet? Because that's how it always feels. That's how it always feels.
From work. I'm watching, not crocheting at this time.
No worries. It'll be available for replay when you want to make this. So go ahead and we're going to go into that first single crochet once you pull the ring closed. And we're going to start our second row.
What are we making?
We're making a spider. Just in time for Halloween. Okay, so now that we're in that first one, crochet 2. So this is an increase, which an increase again is just 2 stitches in the same stitch. So 2 single crochets right there. I'm going to take my stitch marker and mark the first one so I know where my row started. Okay? You're going to increase all the way around. So 2 stitches in every stitch. 1.
Thanks.
2. It's an easy one too, Deba, so you're going to want to come back to this one. You can probably bust out a ton of these if you like have a market coming up, or maybe you just want to give them to trick-or-treaters or whatever. Actually, it would be kind of cute is to give away amigurumi. We don't get trick-or-treaters here, so. Let's see. This should take us to 12 stitches. I may not have a count on the rest of the rows because I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. This is not a pattern per se. It's just a sphere that you're adding to. So you could use this sphere that we're going to be making for a lot of different creatures. We're just making this ball, and that is a good base for a lot of amigurumi. Perfect. So Grace, are you ready for row 3? We're going to be doing a single and then an increase. A single and then an increase. All the way around. Single. The next stitch, increase. So that's 2. Got it. Great. single, increase. So again, 2 and 1.
Got it. 6, 12, 18, 24.
Tabitha, what would I do without you? Are you like a human calculator? Or do you just happen to know this, like, by heart, the stitch counts? Because, I mean, honestly, these shapes are all basic geometry. So once you get the increases and you know how to mathematically make it work, like, the rest is easy. Goodness. The rest becomes so easy. So there's another one. And yes, to Tabitha's point, this row should be 12, yeah, 18. Yep. Don't split your yarn. See how I almost did that? Single, increase.
Done it enough.
Done it enough, right? It was probably how you started your doggo, too. And increase. So the last stitch you would have done will be an increase if you
30,
didn't skip
36,
anything.
42.
Dude, I don't think I've ever made a sphere that big where I would have to know that. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Math.
It is math. It is math and geometry. Maybe more math. Who knows? But yes, it is a mathematical increase. So this row, we're going to be doing 2 singles followed by an increase.
Yes.
2 singles and then your increase. So I know a lot of people even ask how I make that basketball, and this is how you make it. You make a big giant sphere, and then you crochet the lines on there. It is all the same. Grace, I know you crochet pretty fast. I'm hoping you're kind of on the same row. I know you've been kind of quiet, but I don't want to keep you from stitching. Hopefully I didn't lose you, though. I'm doing 2 singles and then an increase. So this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 2 singles. And then an increase. Single, single.
Yes.
Okay. Increase. Single. Single.
Amanda Harvey. Welcome to my
increase.
channel. Hey, I forgot about YT class.
You forgot about YT class. I can catch you up. This one's a super easy one. It's a spider.
I'll rewatch.
I think I'm going to do one more row just to make it a little bit bigger, but this is where you guys can start customizing it. So if you want it to go bigger, you're going to keep increasing. Instead of 2 singles and an increase, you're now going to do 3. The next row, you're going to do 4. The next row, you're going to do 5, all until you get it the size that you want. So I'm going to do one more row, which means I'm doing for row 5, I'm doing 3 singles and then an increase. If I were doing row 6, it'll become 4 singles and then an increase, and so on and so forth. That's how you can customize this and make it whatever size you want, because then you can make it like a giant pillow size. I know some kids out there are gonna love that. Who doesn't want a giant pillow size spider? I'm sure there's a lot of kids that would. Or you can keep it small and it becomes this little decor, or even keychains. Shoot, whatever you want to do with it. Whatever you want to do with it. But 3 singles is what I'm doing right now. Then an increase, and then we're going to start working up the sides of our ball. 1, 2, 3, increase. Increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, 3. I'm laughing at myself. This is pretty bad. It's going to be one of those days, guys. It's going to be one of those days. I'm like, oh, listen to me counting. I feel like I could remix that. 1, 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. I don't know how, but with synthesizers and maybe like a hype man in the back, it would be pretty dope. I'm just saying. All right. I have it the size I want. So I'm ready to move on to the next rows, which you are going to just single crochet around. Now, I don't know the mathematical amount you're supposed to do to keep it like a perfect sphere. I actually like my spiders to be a little bit flatter. Again, I like the whimsical approach. So that being said, I'm probably going to do about 3 rows of just single crochet around. So I'm going to start that. Grace, hopefully you're right around the same spot unless you're making a gigantinormous one. But yes, I'm going to do 3 rows of just 1 stitch in each stitch going around. So this is row 6 and I'm just single crocheting all the way around. Same for row 7, same for row 8. And then we'll begin our decreases. I haven't made one of these in like 2 years. Who's gonna try this in black though? Who has the guts? It's really not that hard. This is a basic shape, so at least it's not like a crazy like dragon or something like that where you have a lot of intricate like things, and if you miss a stitch you're like doomed. It's nothing like that at all. This one's pretty forgiving. He's gonna be a disc. He might be a little bit. Nah, he'll be round. We're single crocheting around.
He's gonna be a disc.
He's gonna be cute. He's gonna be cute. At least it won't look like the, what is it, the Minority Report? Remember those spider thingies that like would go and scan people's eyes? Oh, those things creeped me out. Yeah, we're not doing that. That was like really disc-like. All right, I'm on my 2nd row of single crochets. So this is row 7. Single crochet all the way around.
I've done a black dragon.
Yeah? Oh, you've got way more yarn guts than I do. But I have it saved. I have a toothless pattern that I really need to try because I told Kiddo I would.
So cute. Did you finish your other bat?
I did not. It's here. I got all the pieces. I just need to put it together. He's here though.
Spider, spider web, spider, spider web.
Oh, look at the little emojis. Those are cute, Adelina. Where'd you find those? Those ones are really cute. But yes, we are ready for Halloween, aren't we? Does anyone have markets coming up in the fall, or is everyone kind of like waiting for the Christmas holidays? I know some people do like year-round, so... All right, we are approaching the end of this row, and I've got 1 more row of single crochets. So this is going to be row 8. And see, it's now
Hopefully.
kind of disky, kind of flat.
Also.
Yes, I've seen the skeleton. I remember you showing us that.
I play by ear, lol, never know when.
You never know when. All right, row 8, single
Fall
crochet.
is the time for early Christmas sales.
Single crochet around. Technically, I didn't even think of that.
I'm waiting for my vacation.
Vacation. When is your vacation going to be, Adelina? All right, let me get more yarn. We need more yarn. There we go. Still single crocheting around to finish off row 8. And this yarn is more of that Quartz by Pound of Love. I do love this yarn. It works for amigurumis, but it also works really well for wearables.
I'm leaving on the 12/16.
Awesome. Where are you going? That's really fun. You need that. You need a getaway. Oh, I hope you get some much needed rest, Adelina. Check out a little bit.
It's so quite lol.
It can be. I'm not used to not having music, I know. Let's see. I think that's a good size. We can start decreasing because it's going to end up being like kind of there once we add the decreases in. So now we're going to start decreasing, and no different than how we increased. We're going to start doing we ended on 3 singles and an increase. Now we're going to do 3 singles and a decrease. Oh gosh, I didn't know you started.
88. Welcome to my channel.
Shorty, I can
Oh,
totally
gosh, I
walk
didn't
you
know you
through it.
started
This
Floss.
one's an easy one.
Disneyland, I usually do their zany face.
Oh, you did say Disneyland. For Halloween, right? You're going, like, is all that stuff already started, or is it a little early for that? 1, 2, 3, and now we're due for that decrease. There are 2 ways you can do a decrease. If you want to keep it simple, here is the easiest way. 1, you're just going into the first stitch, pulling up 1. Going into the second stitch, pulling up 1, and then pulling through all 3. It works really well. It tends to leave a little bit of a gap in this section when you go through with the next row, so that's why a lot of people opt to do an invisible decrease. So for those of you who want to learn that, I'll show you that. You're grabbing the first loop. You're grabbing the second loop. Notice I did not yarn over. I didn't do anything with that yet.
Spider. Hook size. Yes, oogie boogie bash woohoo.
Shorty, I'm doing a 5.5, but whatever is consistent with your yarn. And then for that, I'm pulling through 1. So as you can see, it leaves a couple strands of yarn here, which is what makes it more of an invisible decrease. So it will minimize any gap here and look a little more professional. So I recommend the invisible decrease. So we have 1, 2, 3 singles, and here we go again with that decrease. If you didn't catch it last time, you're going in the front loop only of stitch 1, front loop only of stitch 2, and now you're going to pull through all 3. Try to leave this a little bit loose. If that gets tight, when you do the next row on top, it can be hard to crochet into, and you'll see what happens when you get there. But 3 singles, this is row 9, 3 singles followed by a decrease all the way around. 1, 2, 3, an oogie boogie bash. That's funny. And decrease. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. When we finish this row, we're going to go ahead and do, should I do the eyes
magic
now? Ring. Yes, magic ring with 6 single crochets. So you're starting off the exact same way we did with the bats, Shorty. But I can totally remind you. So 6 single crochets in the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. Should we do the eyes now? Let's see. Already decreased. The eyes are going to go here. That will make them kind of on top. Yeah, we'll do the eyes now. So I'm literally just moving this to the back of my work. Not that it's super important because you're working in a spiral. You're not going to see it a lot anyway. But we need to do some eyeballs. We need to do some eyeballs. Let's see what colors we have. I do think I really like the pink. Yep, increase in each. So you'll end up with 12 for that second row. Do those look the same? They do look the same. All right, let's do, this is gonna be the most adorable little spider ever. Mind you, I don't like spiders either. So for any of you that hate spiders, like I got you. But this one is gonna be adorable. So I'm putting the glitter on. If you've never done the safety eyes before, nice and easy. The glitter goes forward. I'm kind of centering it with the back and then going to the right, just to kind of do what I can. Do I want to go here? Technically, I might want to do one more row. Or do I go here? Yeah, we'll go there. And then again, the glitter goes towards the front. We're just punching that through. It should already have a hole on it. If you're buying these, the link for spiders. You adore them. I don't adore the real ones. I do not adore the real ones. There's the glitter. And again, this link is on my link tree. The link is all in my bio for the ones that I got. I do need to get bigger ones for some other projects, but that'll be the next endeavor. Okay, I think I like it there. So now these backs, you're just going to put them on the back and they will self-lock. Just like so. If you've never done safety eyes, they're super easy. They're super easy. All right. Now, our next row, since we did 3 singles and a decrease, we're just working in reverse. This one's going to be 2 singles and then a decrease. So 1, mark that stitch because it is the first stitch of our row. 2, and then again our decrease. Grab the front loop only, grab the next front loop only, and pull through, keeping that first little loop up here as loose as you can. 1, 2, decrease. One, 2, decrease. How you doing, Grace? Sure to get your eyes in? Are you where I'm at? 2. And Shorty, let me know if you need row 3 or if you remembered it. Decrease. 1, 2. Decrease. All the way around. 1, 2.
Good.
Decrease. Good, good. All right. And of course, the next row, no different. We're still going in reverse. So since we did 2 and then a decrease, now we're going to do every other. So single decrease, single decrease, single decrease. Don't forget to drink your water. Single. Don't forget to mark that first stitch. We don't want to lose it. Good habits. They help you where you don't have to think. I like not having to think. That was our first single. And then our decrease. Keep it loose so we can stitch into it later easily. Single, decrease. And then after this row, I think I'll stuff it. I don't like stuffing it too soon because the stuffing gets in the way. Single, decrease, single, decrease, single, decrease. And just so you guys know, I think next week we've had a request for ghosts, so that might be on the schedule for next week's class. If you guys have any more ideas, requests, or anything, let me know. I know we're building up a list, and I know we've got a lot of markets ahead, and I do want to start also thinking about Christmas projects too.
SC, then increase.
Single, then increase. Yep, you got it. You got it. I went all the way to row 4, so on increasing. So your next one, if you don't know, feel free to let me know. I will help you out. Now again, I believe in being as frugal as we can, so all of my old scraps are going to go into this, but first, I'm going to put a little stuffing. I want the scraps in the middle of all the stuffing. I don't need them accidentally poking through my item. This is just another way to, I don't know, just not waste. Yes, you're saving money, but honestly, I mean, it's perfect for this stuff. Why not? Stuff it all in there. Make the most out of it. And then go right back in with more fill. He looks like he has a little mohawk going
Is
on
4
right now.
same or is it 2 then increase?
It's 2 then increase. You already got it, shorty. Like, yes. Yeah, 2 then increase, and then 5 will be 3 and then increase. And that's just because, and you could keep going, honestly, if you wanted to make your spider like a really large spider, shorty. I know I already explained that, but you weren't here for that. And let's say you want to create like a pillow size one. You can keep going until you make that as big as you want. And then obviously you'll switch rows once you're ready to start going up. All right, so we've stuffed it. Not too much. Like, you don't want to like make it overwhelmingly full, but you want it to have some good structure to it. Nothing crazy. I know there's some things, if you overly stuff it, it can actually like impact the size of what you're making. This is not one of those items. This is super easy and super forgiving.
Then decreases start.
No, you're going to do rows of regular single crochet first. So once you hit row 5 and you do your 3 increases, 3 singles followed by an increase, let me know. And that's when you're going to do 3 rows of just single crochet around. All right, so the last row I did was single decrease. So now we're going to decrease all the way around. And then we will fasten off and close up our body and start looking at the legs. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to mark that first stitch. I just have a funny feeling I should. And 4. Nothing like saying, oh, I don't need to. I got this. And then you're like, oh, I messed it up. Now I need it. Because I've never been there. You guys have never seen me do that, right? Yeah, no. You guys have been watching me live long enough to know that that stuff happens. Struggle is real. So use your stitch markers. Long story short, use your stitch markers. Okay. When I get to that last one, I'm slip stitching and fastening off. Ba-ba-da-da. You don't need a crazy long tail. That was a little excessive, not gonna lie. Because we're just gonna be cinching that little hole shut. So grab your yarn needle, and where did my yarn needles go? There they are, hiding. They're hiding under the bat. I got too many critters on my desk already. That's how you know it's amigurumi season again. All right, and when I do the cinching, I know there's some people do both loops. I grab the front loop only. I don't know why. I think it works better. I don't know if that's actually like a preferred technique or what, but I like to just loop in the front loops. We'll reinforce it before tying our knot. So we're gonna, here we go. Here's the fun part. All right, cool. That was very exciting. Very exciting. I'm gonna keep going around in these loops. So I'm looking for all these loops that are going into that circle, and I'm just reinforcing it. Nothing crazy. You don't have to pull it super tight. It's not going to go nuts. We're going to tie it in a knot in a second.
How many SC rows?
I did 3. So 5, 6, hold on. Row 6, 7, and 8 were all single crochet. I had to remember. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so now that I've done a few of those and gone around and reinforced that, I'm just going to tie a knot. Again, nothing crazy. Get my hair out of it. Nobody noticed. And we're tying that together. I am going to tie 2 knots because I feel like that could come undone if I don't. And I'm also super like, paranoid that it will. It probably will be just fine, but just in case, for good measure, I'm going to tie 2 so I know it's good. And then I'm going to tuck it in wherever it makes sense. And then, of course, bring it across before we cut it, because you never want to cut the yarn directly next to your knots. The likelihood of them coming undone is pretty high. Pretty high when you cut that close. And snip, snip. Okay. We have the body. The body. So now we're going to start doing the legs. It's been a minute since I've done these legs. I know exactly how to do it, but I don't know if I remember how to crochet it on. Do I want to crochet it on? It's a good thing for us to learn. We'll crochet it on. You're going to do a slip knot. This is different than a magic ring. Well, it's just like a magic ring, but you're pulling it tight instead of stitching into it. So don't overthink a slip knot. But just in case you're like, I'm overthinking it anyway, I've seen people do the exact same thing. They're holding their yarn. The cut version, or the cut section of your yarn is down here. The working section, the section connected to your yarn ball, is up top. Grab your hook, just put it on top, and you're going around as if you're stitching, and you're just looping it around. And then you're pulling through. Let that become a knot, and we're ready to now stitch directly on our little dude. Now the spider, the legs, I don't want them being all the way on the bottom. You guys are going to play, you can place the legs wherever you want. You can put them super on the side. Some people like them up on top so they kind of look like they're falling over. I kind of aim for a little bit lower than the eyes and kind of like in the front. Because don't forget, you're going to do one here. You're probably going to do another one here, here, and here. We want 4 on each side. So you want them to kind of show. And I'm doing a slip knot because we're just going to chain a few afterwards. So you're just connecting it. So you can pull that tight, pull this tight. Perfect. All right, and now we're going to chain. I don't know how many to chain. Give me a second. Let's see what 7 looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that tells me, and this is going to be done the same way we did the pumpkin stems. This is how long, hypothetically, this leg will be. Now it does cinch up a little bit, so if I want them to be a little more exaggerated, the legs, I can make them longer. I'm going to add 2. So I now have a total of 9 chains. I want to try making them a little longer. So I'm doing 9 chains. Now, starting in the second chain from your hook, you're just going to do 5 single crochets. And you're going to do that in each stitch going across. So in that first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can also do half double crochets if you want the legs thicker. Again, you can customize this like crazy. If you are making a pillow size, you might even want to do double crochets, and you might even want to do a second row if it really came down to it and start creating little wind spinners. But for this one, going into the second one, 5 stitches into the second stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to keep going. Okay, see how it starts to curl? That's a good thing. We want that. Next stitch, 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let it curl, let it keep doing its thing. This guy might spin a little bit. That's okay too. We'll straighten it out once we get to the body to slip stitch back into it. 5 stitches again. 4 and 5. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Shorty, I know you're catching up. Amanda's catching up. You guys let me know. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just keep twisting. Ooh, I started getting out of frame. My apologies. And 1, 2, 3.
Good.
4, 5. Good to hear. What color spiders are you guys doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're getting close. We're getting close. I got one more.
Just doing the 3s now.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like a baby blue or like a royal blue? Oh, I love it.
Welcome to my channel. Did you ever do the giveaway yet?
Which one, Kimberly? I've got a few different ones that we keep like going back and forth to. So now that I'm going in here, I connected it here. I'm going to try jumping up to this stitch for that second one, because now I want to just connect the legs so it's not so flimsy and whatnot. And I'm going up one stitch, and I'm just going to slip stitch. I want to see what that looks like. You can also do it horizontally if you feel like that might look better.
Royal blue.
Which I think might look better. I actually don't like that. So give me 1 second. Da, da, da. Royal blue is so cute. I'm just going to go right next to it and in front and see what that looks like instead. Because again, we can always weave all the ends in, but I want to make sure the legs sit in a way that looks really cute. And then I just want to see what it looks like when I go this way, which I think I like going behind better. Okay, so when you come to that last stitch, we're going to go on the back side of it. Give me a second. I just undid that stitch. Okay, boom. We've done our last 5 singles in that last chain. I think personally it looks better when we go behind. So wherever you started the leg, you're going to go behind by 1 stitch. And we're just slip stitching back there, and then you're going to chain 1 to fasten off. So give yourself a little bit of a pull, cut, and you've got leg 1 done. We're gonna weave those in after, don't worry about that. There is 1 leg. He's so cute. Okay, now should I do the other side first or keep going with this side? We'll do the other side first so we can see them kind of symmetrical. So nothing different. Another way to tie a slip knot is to hold the cut end going towards the right, going around your fingers and up, going around the back side and pulling through. You can pull it tight, and we're doing the exact same thing where we're starting, it looks like 1, 2, kind of 2 stitches over and 1 stitch down from the eye. So here's how I kind of look at it and see if it's even. That looks pretty even to me. Let me test it. If you want to test the theory, insert your hook in one other one. And that looks like it's a little too close to the eyeball. So I think we were in the right spot. This is literally how you figure out amigurumi. So don't freak out too much if you find yourself questioning yourself a lot. You are not alone. All right, we've done our slip stitch, and now I'm pulling it all tight before we start chaining 9. So 9 is what we chained. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, we're just creating the other leg. Starting with the second chain from your hook is how it would be worded in a pattern. All that means is we're starting from the hook and going 1, 2. Do 5 single crochets in that first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're going to do 5 in each stitch across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Kimberly, I don't know, did you hear me? What giveaway specifically were you inquiring about? I know I've got a few more. If you're talking about the guat, the giveaway with the twist.
Thanks for following.
Thank you, thank you. If you're talking about that one, I should be starting some of those giveaways this week. And I might be doing more than anticipated just because I've gotten a lot of support lately. So you guys can thank everyone in the room for that. Because I've gotten some really good, like, people requesting nominations. Let's put it that way. And it's really, I can't turn anyone down.
Welcome to my channel. Well, this is where you been hiding, lol.
This is where I've been hiding? Not really. Not really. We had chaos with the kiddo at school, and I'm getting phone calls from people, and I had to deal with that. So putting out some small little fires, And then now we're here, and we'll be live on TikTok after. Because, yes, I have a few things I want to stitch. I have a few things I plan on getting done today, and I'm behind now. I'm behind now. And I just keep twisting that. It's not like you need to. It'll twist on its own over time, but it just kind of keeps it out of my way a little bit. It makes it a little bit easier to manage. Again, I'm just doing 5 single crochets in each of those chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you accidentally do too many, it's not going to matter. So don't feel like you need to like triple check or anything like that. If you accidentally do 6 or you accidentally do 4, it's not going to make a huge difference. So don't panic. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like I said, this is a pretty forgiving pattern. We're in our last
the one. About
one.
spending love 1 stitch at a time.
Yes. Okay, so that's the one. I've gotten 10 entries. I'm hoping to get more. I wanted to give it time to actually get, but yes, that we are starting that. This week was my goal, and I think we're going to be picking more than one winner. So yes, you haven't missed it. We haven't done it yet, and it is still happening. So if you have any more entries, please get them in. Please get them in. That will be an ever growing thing. I don't think I'll ever be closing that, if you get what I'm saying. So now that we're here, again, I'm going towards the back with that second connection. So away from the eye, I'm going to go 1 stitch, and we're just slip stitching into that. And I am always looking for more entries, Kim. So if you know anyone else that might be interested in getting an entry in, please share it with them. Please, please, please. And then you're fastening off. So now we've got 2 legs, guys, but you guys know how many legs does a spider have? We need to do 6 more. But let's go ahead. I'm going to show you guys how to do the mouth real quick. Should he have fangs? Some spiders have fangs. You guys let me know. I'm going to start with this. I do want a smile on my spider, but you guys let me know. Fangs or no fangs? Let me know in the chat. I need to know what you think. Fangs or no fangs? And the only reason I'm switching to doing the mouth is that way if anyone else is like, I've got the legs, I'm ready to go. Perfect. This is the last part that you need to complete your spider. Obviously, make all 8 legs. 2 fangs? Do you think fangs? Or do you need row 2?
Fangs.
Deba says fangs. Got 1 vote for fangs. All right, I saw this technique in a video.
Fangs.
Oh, no, I've got a tie. 1 with fangs and 1 with no fangs. I learned this technique in a video. I love it. It's my favorite way. So you go in from the side. Wherever you want the smile to start, that is where you want your yarn needle to come out. So I kind of want it to start right there, a little bit below the eye. You're pulling it up, but you're not going to pull it all the way through. You want this to be left out. Wherever you put your yarn needle in should be equal-ish. We're tied. I need someone to tell me fangs or no fangs. I got 1 vote for each. And then I'm coming out down here where it should be ideally dead center. So aim for dead center. Although, you know, it is a human project. You may not be 100% accurate. I know we got a lot of people in OCD up here. But you're going to pull that through.
Maybe compromise and do 1 fang.
1 fang? I don't think so. It's got to be fangs or no fangs. Ah, that would be weird. All right, once you're here.
IVB creates. Welcome to my channel. Fangs.
All right, that's it. We're doing fangs so far. We're doing fangs. You're going to come up through the middle.
No fangs.
And then you have to go and tie it again. What the heck, Amanda? Okay, come back in here. And you're going in the same spot. Normally, you would never want to go back into the same spot, but because it's looped over this piece of yarn, you're safe. It's going to lock everything in. And you're going to want to exit the same spot you are here, and I'll show you why. Okay, so this, as you can tell, pulled all that down. Oh, goodness, sorry. Someone is clearly home, and my dog is letting me know. Hubby must be home. All right, so as you can tell, that created our smile, right? So now we just need to tie this and secure it. So here's our one tie. I tie it 2 or 3 times just because, again, I get paranoid. And then we can cut it and tuck it in. Snarl fang. All right, so now that we've done that, if you guys have a tiny hook, it might be easier. You can also use the back of your yarn needle, but you're just gonna tuck all that under. And you wanna tuck it under far enough where it doesn't expose the black. So I'm like pushing it into all of that polyfill because I want to then kind of stretch this out and hide it. Just your way of finessing your project. Okay, so we decided, I think we voted fangs, so at least the good news is if someone was team fangs, you now will learn how to do the fangs. If you did not like the fangs, guess what? You can skip this part. You can skip this part on yours. That's the great news. You're making your own. You guys can do whatever you want. So now we're doing white for the fangs. And I will go back and do more legs. I just wanted everyone to get the whole element of this in case anyone had to run. So we're doing the same thing. We're going in from the side just to get entry point. And I am looking for that spot right on the corner. I'm trying to aim for the same stitch. Okay. And you're pulling it up. And then we're just going down as low as we want the fang.
Perfect.
So the fang doesn't have to go super low. Sometimes it can go further in. It kind of creates personality however you do. So it's going to go down to here, and I'm going to exit back over here. So aim for that corner right there. And what's that going to do? I'll show you. As you pull it through, we have our fang. Now we're going right back in here, and we're aiming to mimic where we're at there. And all I'm doing afterwards is going to exit right over here so I can tie the knots again. So you're going to push that through, and boom, we have 2 fangs. Pull
those eyes are so precious.
The eyes are, dude, ever since I invested in safety eyes, I can't go back now. So the link for these ones are in my bio. There are a million larger sizes. I think some of us have even gotten big ones up to like a 30 millimeter. These are 20 millimeter if I remember right. It adds personality. I recommend them. Just like we did with the black yarn, we're going to be pushing this through and hiding it inside. So you'll never know. They're not going to know. No one's going to know. They're never going to know. So perfect. Nothing crazy here. You're going to weave in these ends, but I'm going to keep doing more legs. But if there are any questions, now is a great time while I keep doing 1 or 2 more legs on camera so you guys can see how to finish your spider. But if there's anything you missed, anything you want me to demonstrate again, you let me know.
Googly eyes.
Googly eyes are adorable. I have googly eyes still. I have lots of them. Did you do big ones or small ones? They have safety googly eyes too. So if you guys didn't know that, they exist. They exist. All right. I'm going right back next to this other leg, only because I know I have 1, 2, 3. I have a lot that I have to fit into that small space. So where's my yarn? There's my yarn. We're just slip stitching like we did before, and we're chaining 9.
Medium.
Medium. So slip stitch, tighten all this, and chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, second chain, not this one, but this one. 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Ken on.
5.
Still on that row.
What row, Shorty? Making sure you don't need me to help you out. The still single crochets, you have 3 of those?
What SH pulled? I end on.
What row are you on? What number? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just throw in another one for good measure. 1, 2, 3, 4,
And how many?
5. Tell me
Where
what
did you
row
get
you're on
googly
and I'll
eyes
let
of
you know.
Amazing Grace?
3.
3 SC.
So you were doing 3 single. Okay, so
IVB
row
creates.
row
Thanks for
6,
following.
row 7, and row 8 were 3 single crochets. Tabitha, remind me, was that 24 stitches? You had them all down. 6, 12, 18, 24. I think it should be 24 is your total count, Shorty. But if you're off by 1 or something like that, don't panic. Don't panic. You're making a circle. It's not going to affect it super like crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. So did you do all 3 rows of just single crochet only? Because then your next one's going to be the 3 singles followed by a decrease. 3 singles followed by a decrease. 3 singles followed by a decrease. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 2 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lastly, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to be connecting it again on the stitch to right behind where we started. So find where you started, which was right here, and I'm just going to the next spot over, and we're doing a slip stitch, fasten off. Where did my scissors go? There they are. So now we've got 2 legs on this side, a lot of strands, I know, and 1 leg on this side. Oop. And if it starts doing that, you can always just keep re-spinning it till it fixes. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to get some of these strands out of the way. To do that, again, these are already tied off, so you don't have to be super crazy about these because they're already fastened off and tied off. We just want to get them out of the way and weave them in. Find where they're coming from so you can go relatively close to that point. Pull them through the body and give them a cut. That's just to hide them. That's just to hide them. We'll get them out of our way and then we can keep making more legs. I have not made these spiders in forever. I forgot how cute these were. Guess what else we might have to make more of? Yes, spiders. Okay, you guys are going to have to convince Olivia to try these. She is adamant about not making a spider. That is going to be everyone else's mission. And I think she needs to conquer her fears with a crochet spider. Okay, there's where that stitch came out.
Jennifer Ward, thanks for following.
Thank you for that follow. That's what that was. That's funny. We teach live every Thursday, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Chris, welcome to my channel. How cute. Not
32?
Lol.
I would not worry because you might have needed 30 and you might have only added 2, Shorty. So I might have picked the wrong count. So as long as you did your 3 rows of single crochets, I would start doing your 3 singles followed by a decrease for 1 row. 3 singles followed by a decrease. And it happens, yes. I love how Grace is just like, yep, a few extra stitches, you know. What's up, Sonia? How are
Sonia
you?
Wolf. Welcome to my channel. Hey there, friend. Hand waving, hand waving, hand waving.
How are you? All right, I got all of our strands out of the way. We're going to do one more leg, but any questions out
Okay, I
there?
will do 3 rows now.
Your 3 rows of single crochet, Shorty, or were you still doing your 3 followed by an increase, 3 singles followed by an increase? What row number are you on? All right, again, slip knot. We're going to the first stitch right behind that leg, and we're going to slip stitch and then chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pull that tight. Second stitch, 5 single crochets. Oh my gosh, I just started crocheting. That was 6. Okay. Next stitch, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grace, were you able to get the legs going at least? I don't think you guys need to watch me do all 8 legs, but I want to make sure if there were any last minute questions, I didn't disappear on you and leave you to your own demise too soon. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Last stitch before we join it again. 3, 4, and 5, and then we're just taking the stitch right behind where we started. Nothing too crazy. We started there. We're just gonna go right back on the back side. 4 blue legs. All right, well, you got 4 more because you know it needs 8. And again, we can take our yarn needle and we're just weaving them in. Doesn't have to be crazy because they are already fastened off. So just pull it through, cut it close so it'll suck itself in, and no one will know it's there. No one will know it's there. All right. All right. So of course I'm going to do 4 more legs, 2 on each side to finish off my spider. But you guys are good to go. You know what to do from here. I'm going to keep twisting these. If they get a little weird, just keep twisting them until they do what they're supposed to do. That one's good. This one needs a little twist. And then you have yourself your little spider. I'm going to add 2 more legs here, 2 more legs here. If they do go close to the back, that's okay, guys. This is not supposed to be like a perfect whatever. It's supposed to be fun. It's whimsical. It's supposed to be kind of cutesy. So that is it. And I already told you guys know you can always, if you want to make them taller, you can just add more rows of the single crochet. So the rows that we did 6, 7, and 8, you just add more. Maybe you do 5, maybe you do 7 of those or whatever. So you can start making taller spiders. You can also go bigger on the increases to make it a bigger spider. And then you can always go longer on the chains to make your legs longer. Is instead of 9, you can add stitches and do like 11, 12, 13, whatever. And then you'll have yourself your spiders whatever size your heart desires. Perfect. Okay, you guys are going to finish making your legs. I want to see pictures in the cord. If anyone wants to get in the cord, that's not in our cord. It's a Discord. It's free. It's where all of us stitchers hang out. That link is pinned in the comments above. So if you head to the chat and you go to the top, it's pinned. Anybody can get in there. We collaborate with patterns. We show off our work in progresses, our whips, and we coordinate our patterns of the week. And also, if you guys want to learn anything specific, a lot of them are telling me there. I know some people are asking for ghosts, so I know that's on the radar. I also know someone's asking for a basketball and a few other things. If anyone has more requests on things that they'd like to learn, please let me know, whether it is in the chat or whether it's in the comments below, or you guys also have my link tree and you know how to get a hold of me. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be live on TikTok after this. If you guys aren't following me there, I am live every day, Monday through Friday, usually around 12:30. And then we will be back here on YouTube next Thursday, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So make sure to follow, make sure to set your bell and notifications and all of that stuff. Otherwise, I will see you next week. And you guys keep stitching. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see everyone's finished project. Okay, guys. Peace out.